Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about self-love, which is probably the most important, if not one of the most important aspects and attributes to cultivate to have positive mental health. We have to understand first that the default mode our brains are in, the way our brains are hardwired and crafted, was from millions of years of evolution by our evolutionary ancestors. And there's a few interesting things to extrapolate from that. One of them is called the negativity bias, which basically means by default, most of the thinking that goes on in our brain is usually more negative versus positive or neutral. So once we understand this default state our brains are in, we can get some more wisdom and tap into why we might feel depressed often or feel negative thoughts to ourselves. And if you ever think, is it just me? It's not. It's not just you. You're not alone. We are all part of this human condition trying to do our best in this world. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can cultivate self-love. So there's a particular practice of meditation called metta, M-E-T-T-A, or it's called loving kindness. And this is maybe somewhat similar if you've ever done prayers before in your religion, or not. It's a mix of what a prayer would sound like and affirmations. Affirmations you can tell yourself every day when you wake up, which is also great. I will be successful. I am a good person, etc. And you say I and you repeat these phrases of yourself to try to cultivate that type of confidence within yourself. But let's try a little loving kindness. So I invite you to join me in this really quick practice. So just have your back straight and sit, soften your jaw, close your eyes. And we're just going to repeat some phrases to ourselves. So listen to the phrases I'm saying, and then say it gently in your own mind, and then take a big deep breath in and a very gentle long breath out. So we're going to do a phrase and then a big breath. So we're just going to gently, softly in our mind say, I am brave. I am enough. I am brave. I am enough. I'm a beautiful person in my own creative way. I have unlimited potential, and I'm a beautiful person. Even if I don't always believe it, even if my thoughts tell me the other, I am a beautiful person. No matter what other people say, or what my thoughts say sometimes, I am not my thoughts, and I'm a beautiful person. And now in your mind, think of someone you love. It could be a pet, a family member, or a friend. Someone you love unconditionally. And just picture in your mind's eye this person right now. Picture how you would feel about this person if they had a bad day or they fell down. You'd pick them up, you'd put your arm around their shoulder, and you'd smile at them, and you'd comfort them. This is how we want to treat ourselves. We want to treat ourselves with the type of love that we feel for this person, no matter what. When you're helping your friend in this situation, you're not judging them. You're not belittling them or invalidating them. You're there for them with pure love, support, and compassion. Now picture yourself in your mind's eye. If you had a bad day, maybe picture yourself when you were younger, as a child. And picture yourself, this younger version of yourself, going through a difficult time. Let's say they fell and hurt their knee on the ground. How would you respond to this version of yourself? How would you treat the child version of yourself? Would you pick them up? Put your arm around their shoulder? Smile at them? And tell them, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. You're just fine. And now picture yourself in your mind's eye. Yesterday. Picture yourself yesterday when you were having a difficult time. And now picture yourself comforting that version of yourself. Picking them up, putting your arm around their shoulder, and supporting them with love, compassion, empathy, and validation. And picture that version of yourself smiling after feeling the comfort that you just gave them. Picture yourself as happy as you could possibly be. And now picture yourself tomorrow. We never know what tomorrow brings. And picture yourself tomorrow. And picture yourself going through a difficult time. And how would you treat that version of yourself now? How would you comfort them? Visualize it. Give them a big hug. Maybe cry tears of joy and love. And let these beautiful droplets of tears water a seed in the ground with love and compassion. And then picture from the seed a flower growing, a beautiful pink flower. And now picture yourself holding this pink flower. And you can bring it with you everywhere you go for the rest of your life. And anytime you're feeling upset, remember how this flower grew. It started from a seed, and it was watered by tears of compassion for yourself. And you can bring this flower with you always. And just picture that flower and press it next to your heart. And just feel this flower fill your heart with love and empathy and compassion for yourself. The same way you empathize and had compassion and patience for the young version of yourself yesterday and yourself tomorrow, and for yourself now and always. You will always have this pink flower. And just a few more phrases and then we're going to finish up here. I am as beautiful as this pink flower. I am enough. I am worthy of happiness. I deserve to be happy in this life, and I am enough. In the same way I love people close to me, in the way I would love the younger version of myself. I will try my best to love myself now and always. And one more, guys. No matter what happens in life, what other people say, or what our thoughts say, I am a beautiful, loving person. And as we start to transition out of this meditation practice, thanks for staying with me. I hope this helped. I hope this was rejuvenating for you. Self-love is one of the most important things we can have for ourselves. And it's hard to love and spread positivity to others if we don't have it for ourselves. Picture yourself if you've ever been in an airplane before. And they always train you if the plane goes too high in altitude and the flight crew drops the oxygen masks in front of your seats. They tell the parent to put their mask on first and then help the child. Because if the parent doesn't take care of itself, it won't be able to help the child. So picture this as you. You have to put your own oxygen mask on before you can put it on for others. You have to love yourself and be happy internally before we can really have the energy to spread it to others. And as you gently open your eyes and we start to finish this little lesson here, just remember these 3 phrases to gently tell yourself in your mind. And remember, you say one phrase, a big breath in, gentle breath out. The second phrase, breathe in and out. And then the last phrase, breathe in and out. So the first phrase will be, I am enough. I am worthy of mental and physical well-being. I'm a unique, beautiful person. May I be happy, may I be loved, and may I be validated. Self-love always comes first. Make this the priority. And even if your thoughts tell you otherwise, you have negative thoughts that bring you down in the same way a school bully would, remember these are just thoughts. Thoughts in many ways are no different from the sounds you hear around you. The feeling of when you put your hand on something. The sound of the world around you. What you can see with your eyes are all senses, and we can think of thoughts as another sense. But often we don't even realize it's there. So understanding this negativity bias, that thoughts are usually negative, will help you accept that you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. And understanding how self-love is the thing to combat this. And you can even make up your own phrases. And start the phrases with may I. May I be happy, may I be loved, and may I be safe. And you can make your own phrases and just tell yourself these phrases in your mind. And sometimes we have to use the phrase fake it till you make it. It might feel weird at first, saying these loving things to yourself. It might feel uncomfortable or strange or unpleasant. But understand how this is just a very common barrier. And just keep trying to go through with it and keep repeating these types of phrases to yourself. And one last thing. This might sound weird too, but try to hug yourself. Just hugging your waist, your shoulders, just try to hug yourself like you'd hug someone else. And this might feel weird too. But if you just accept it and feel it, it might feel a little tingly. And it can heal you as well. You have to love yourself first.